There are reports of strained relationship between the governor and his immediate predecessor. Can you testify to this?
This is the first time that there's a transition from a party to his own party in Ekiti. It's never happened before. People expect whatever happens, whatever has been happening in that state, where once the governor leaves, his next, the one that succeeds him has issues with him, and they're always. I don't think there's any problem between them so far. There may be disagreements, it's normal, but for all I know, I don't think there's any problem between himself and his predecessor. They're still together.
What we are witnessing today is a result of the several efforts of my predecessor, Dr. Biyi.
The governor has appointed a lot of people to work with, but we are yet to hear about a chief of staff. Is that not taking too long?
Well, what is the chief of staff? Who is the chief of staff? And is it in the lexicon of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? No, it's not. There's no chief of staff in the Constitution. In fact, the first person to have a chief of staff was Bamanga Tuko in those days. And then I think when Tinubu was called governor as well, he picked a chief of staff. It was unknown to our lexicon, political lexicon. So what's the chief of staff? Okay, there's no chief of staff, but is the government working or has it collapsed? So I think it may be a choice of the governor to determine to pick if he wants. Maybe he has said he doesn't want a chief of staff. It doesn't mean anything. The government is working very, very hard with or without the office of the chief of staff. Like I said, the office of the chief of staff is unknown to our laws. It's just it's a choice. It's just it's a name. So you know you have the governor working, and that's what matters to anybody. For example, if you all our lives we've always had, let's say 40 commissioners, and then the governor comes and says, okay, I only want to work with 20 commissioners. As long as it's delivering, dividends to democracy, who cares whether it's a chief of staff or there's none? As long as there's nothing missing, there is no office suffering, and we don't care whether there's a chief of staff or not.
Some critics are saying the governor is there to initiate his personal program. He's been seen completing projects of his predecessors and all that.
That is true. Yeah, it was deliberate, it was strategic. He promised, he did say it, that he was going to make sure that there will be no projects, abandoned projects in Ekiti. And in his first year, he has done exactly that. Right now, in the second year, you are going to see him start new projects while still completing whichever abandoned projects that are still around. And I think that's one of the problems we've had in Nigeria. That's why Nigeria is where it is. And I think Governor Oyebanji is not in a hurry to repeat the same mistakes of the past. If you look at the terminal started by Fayemi, you will see that if Oyebanji wanted to do like other governors, he would have just, maybe it was 90% or whatever done. He would have just done the 10% and commissioned it and put his name. Mm-hmm. But no, he called the former government, come and cut the. So for him, it's not about taking the glory. Mm-hmm. It's about seeing that no Ekiti money is not wasted because another party takes effect. So whether it's Oni, the market he has gone to do on that poly road, that big market, I don't even know which I think it was Oni that started it. Yeah, so because Oni is now in SDP or PDP or whatever, he should now leave it and start another one. No, it doesn't matter whether Oni or Fayemi or anybody is in any party. What matters is that those contracts were done with Ekiti's money. And so the onus is on him to make sure that every every project started by Ekiti's son on Ekiti soil must be completed before he starts his own. And I think that makes a lot of sense.
It should be recalled that one of the reasons we opted for this airport, which is situated on 4,072 hectares of land, with the capacity to land any aircraft, including military, is to secure our people and grow our economy. Let me reiterate the fact that the decision to have an airport in a state is primarily for economic, security, and tourism development.
What's happening to the Ekiti Cargo Airport under his administration?
Yes, Ekiti Cargo Airport is ongoing. Developments are still going on. Work is still going on. And lucky enough, Air Vice Marshal Ojuawo, who was consultant at that time, is now a member of the Federal House of Rep, and he did a fantastic job. I think some of the very few things that are missing there, they say there is this water truck that has, that is used when planes land. If there's fire, they need to have that on ground. I think that and one or two things are the things that are missing. And I think the governor has promised that it's going to be functional before the end of the year.
We want to create an aviation economy where aviation-related services such as aircraft maintenance, repairs and operations, aviation hospital, aviation training, cargo handling, and tourism marketing, among others, are provided in the nearest station. We want to take advantage of our geography as a state with almost equal distance location to the political and commercial capitals of the nation. We understand that without aviation and security infrastructure, our ambition to grow our tourism infrastructure and prosperity agenda will remain a pipe dream. We know that our overall vision of making Ekiti the ultimate medical tourism destination in West Africa, with the first-class medical facilities being provided at Afel Babalola Multi-System Hospital and other tertiary medical facilities such as the State University Hospital, and the Federal Teaching Hospital cannot be realized without the presence of the barrier aviation sector.
And if he's not going to be functional before the end of the year, he would have his reasons. And I'm sure that with the commitment of funds in that place, he has been there himself to say things. And he has promised that, by the grace of God, things are going to go. Because the truth of the matter is, believe me, that airport is also very, 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 very important to the strategic direction of Ekiti's economy. If you take a look at the fact that, okay, the problem has always been that when people go to farm, they cannot take it out of Ekiti. And that was why that thing was done.
When I assumed office, one of my first journeys to Abuja was to the office of the Chief of Air Staff to urge him to hasten the process of establishing the operational base in the airport as promised. We need a military base in the state to further strengthen our security mix to ensure that our environment is secure. This is why today's event is very significant to us as a people. Let me therefore use this medium to express my profound appreciation to the Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Biodun Abayomi, for his commitment to the actualization of the Air Force operational base in Ekiti, and in particular for his promise to immediately activate the air defense project by establishing an unmanned aerial vehicle operational unit in Ekiti to cater for the air defense needs of the southwestern region of the country. We are very grateful. Thank you so much. On our part, our commitment to the Nigerian Air Force base is not in doubt. That is why we have donated and fenced 1,250 hectares of land for the building of the operational base and granted it a joint users rights of the airport. The Chief of Air Staff has reciprocated by promising the provision of a DBO and navigational equipment for the airport, and we are grateful for this.
Even the Air Force has started its base there at Ijon. Yes, they mapped that there, and construction is going on well.
To the glory of God, to the benefit of humanity.
I believe that the airport should be should be functional either before the end of this year or definitely in the first quarter of next year.
I unveiled the Nigeria Air Force Principal States, established by Air Marshal I.O. Amor, CFR, PFS, BSS, RPS, OF5, BS. FNB, MSc, MMSc, Chief of the Air Staff of Nigeria. The groundbreaking by myself, Biodun Abayomi, Governor of the State, on this day, 6 April 2023, to the glory of God and to the benefit of humanity. Congratulations to Ekiti State and congratulations to the Nigerian Air Force.
A major criticism against the government recently was about the sharing of palliatives. Can you defend the government on this?
I don't understand what...
A lot said they saw the palliatives going more to members of the APC.
I haven't seen any palliative with any APC. Because, yeah, it's true. Because the first thing the governor did was to say, okay, let's get buses on the road. Because what were we fighting for? Was it not because there was an increase in petrol? And people were saying, how do I get to school? How do I get to work? And the governor went and bought buses. And in those buses, you don't need to show the political party card to enter. All you need is your civil service card. So I'm a worker. And if you're a student, you don't need to show us whether your father is APC, PDP, or NTA. You just go there with the student ID card. So that's the first thing. And if it's on the issue of food, I think that in every state, there is hardly a state where people are not talking. So it will be normal for people to talk. But I still haven't seen yet where anybody has gone public to say, oh, okay, oh, we're PDP, oh, we have not received anything, no, and this person is APC, oh, because if whoever must come to Equity must come with clean hands. If you're going to accuse somebody, then you must defend your accusation. So for me, it's a personal, it's dead on arrival.
The state government decided to share this palliative in form of payment of the arrears that they are owing. Payment of arrears, payments of pension, subventions, all those. Those are not palliatives. Those are their rights, statutory rights of all these civil servants. And then look at the way they are sharing this foodstuff. It's in words. They are distributed through words. Which words are they distributed? Is it PDP word? Is it APC words? Is it YPP words? I am a chairman of a political party. We also have words, and we have leaders in those words. And I've contacted most of these leaders in my own party. None of this palliative got to them. So is it an APC affair?
I'm only not happy that it did not include members of the opposition parties, because he's governor of all Ekiti, irrespective of the party. And if opposition had been included, that is what actually will now give us the transparency, which will ensure that no sector or no set of people are left unattended. But as it is now, there is possibility of the palliative going only to APC leaders and members alone, and probably maybe workers.
We don't have APC or PDP or SDP in government. We have people's representatives, and we are doing that. And people are acknowledging that, and they are applauding it. If you can see here, nobody is talking about party here.
How transparent is it? How will the state government distribute this thing? Will it get to the appropriate hands? And are we even looking for this? What we are looking for is to make sure the prices of fuel comes down. That what prices of commodity comes down. Let the exchange rate be stabilized. Let the naira be valued. Let Nigeria go into production.
Would you say a year of the governance of Biodun Abayomi has been justified? He has justified his emergence by the quality of his governance in 1 year.
I would like to ask you that same question, Egbon. What do you think? Do you think he's justified? Yeah, because even as a journalist and as an entrepreneur, you have to be true to yourself. You know, Shakespeare said, to yourself the truth, thou canst be false to any man, and it shall be as night the day. In other words, even if you're going to tell lies to people, at least tell yourself the truth. The truth, sir, what do you think? Do you think Biodun's 1 year, or Oyebanji'S 1 year, do you think there's a ray of light in any of his actions in 1 year? Honestly speaking, forget the fact that you may like some other political, but let's just say the truth. Do you think that you have hope in the way he started?
Definitely.
Thank you. And I'm sure if you ask Odni, he will tell you the same thing. Fauci has said it. Odi himself has said it. MOB has said the same thing. If you go to the market, they've said it. The Yalojas have said it. Who are we to disagree? Like I said, for as long as he continues this way, I think it will be better for it. And I also have told you, we have decided, he has made us his gatesmen. He asked me, in fact, the first day I went to visit him, I said, Your Excellency, he said, I don't call me Your Excellency. He said, you said politicians can do that. He said, you please call me Biodun. And so that he said, so that when I've done something wrong, you can quickly tell me and I will listen. So that's who he is. He's someone that you can call him anytime and I can give you his number. And I guarantee you that he will speak with you. And whatever you tell him, he will do it. He's somebody who is looking for ideas on how this state will be better. He doesn't care whether the person is APC or PDP or whatever. If you look at the latest anger of maybe his own party, they are angry that he's carrying every other party along. You know, he's carrying them along. Yes, I can understand, but let us look at it as patriots, not as politicians. That's the best. Let's have everybody on board.
That is his policy.
Yes. Let's have everybody on board. If it's not his policy, what business does he have to start visiting people in their homes or people who are against him? It takes a lot of guts and humility to do that. You understand? So that's the truth. So the truth of the matter is, in this 1 year, let us say the truth. The truth is that I believe in my heart that this guy has done very well. Are there room for improvement? Yes. Number one, he needs to meet POF. Ptiv. He needs to go to Ptiv and tell Ekiti what he has done. He needs to go to LTV, EKTV and tell more. They are doing a lot, but they are not saying it. So I think they need to do that. And I want to recommend to the governor that this platform has been very, 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 very important in disseminating news to Ekiti people. So I'm going to tell the Chief Press Secretary, Commissioner for Information, to partner with this station so that we can get, more of the activities out to the people. If you're going to disagree with him, disagree with facts and bring it to the table, and he would adjust. So that's my submission.
In the next 1 year, what should we expect? What should the people expect from the administration of Biodun Abayomi?
Yes. For every farmer that sows a seed, he always expects a harvest. Biodun has sown a lot of seeds. I expect that in the next 1 year, all we should have is harvest in a big way. What we should have with a lot of foreign direct investments, a lot of new factories springing up here and there, new hubs of business in ICT. I just heard now that even the World Bank has agreed to give some dollars, millions of dollars to Ekiti for the knowledge city. So we expect to now see the materialization of most of those policies, most of the things that has gone out in Ekiti. We expect to see a lot of new things, new ideas. And don't also forget that commissioners are barely 2.5 months. So that means that the governor by himself had done work for about 10 months before commissioners came. Now commissioners have come in different areas. These are men, they are trusted, tested men. So we'll now see the culmination of, the effects of all of these men combined with that of the governor and all of them. In the next 1 year, we should be able to see a harvest of new things, new growth, new wealth in Ekiti.
People of the fountain.